Hello viewers, me and team here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civ 4, and we are well underway on trying to build up an industrial base for the domination of Earth in the Earth Challenge scenario. Off we go. Yeah, pretty much done with the warriors now, and thankfully I didn't get screwed by events in the early goings. So no Vedic Aryans, although I didn't research archery early enough to have a realistic chance to be screwed by Vedic Aryans. No, I don't want to cancel deals with the Mali. I need those open borders for the cheap espionage. And Mali does have civil service now. I will not have enough spies in time for that to matter, so I'm just going to finish researching it myself. However, that does mean he can research other things, then I can probably spy bomb and steal from him, which is appealing. So we'll go ahead and chop this. I love how other parts of the world actually have barbarian cities. I kind of ruined the possibility of that to some extent. And yeah, I am also waiting on paper so I can make legitimate trades. Right now that's not really viable. 207 beakers a turn at 175 AD, and that's stable. Certainly different on these kinds of map scripts when you start with a second city right from go. It makes a big difference. Certainly makes a difference. Christian temple. Yeah, I can get away with whipping that. I'm working like coast tiles and stuff and such like that there. I am getting the hammer bonus on these whips for these buildings. So it's a pretty good civic. Maybe not as good as pacifism and great person farming under normal conditions, but with the inability to tech trade, I just don't see the bulbing being as strong. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't think so. Wow, this island is so limited. And yeah, I'm also getting pretty good religious spread now. Most of my cities have it. Really only need 2 more missionaries after this, so I'm not going to overbuild them. We'll just go like this. Yeah, religion can be so good if you can get away with running it. And yeah, turn times are already getting a little long here. That's what I get for playing Earth 18 Civ with the bug mod on, jeez. Look at this. It's hard for me to keep commentary running like this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I was wondering why my commentary's dried up a little bit. And it's because not as much is actually happening in game. I'm mostly hitting end turn and waiting for that little spinning world icon. It's interesting. It's like, why is this just occurring to me now? I was wondering when that would happen, and who he would be declaring on. Apparently it's the Mali. I don't see a stack. The Mali must have cities that I don't know about somewhere. Well, I can't concern myself with that too much just yet. There's no point anyway. And I could, but why? And wow, I'm actually getting a little bit sparse on worker actions. How about that? So much for needing feudalism. Oh geez, everyone's plotting war now. Yeah, that's the one thing about religious spread that's not necessarily for the best, is that the world goes to hell then in terms of wars. And because tech tradings aren't on, that's not as big of a deal as it normally would be, because that would obviously block wars from, it block trades from happening because of the wars. But that's not an issue anyway on this game, so, because tech trades are off. Go ahead and whip. And we'll build the Apostolic Palace buildings diligently. I'm probably going to need to betray my religious brethren. I'm probably going to need to betray everybody. But that's another reason I just want to build up a high-tech lead and just steamroll people. Because then retaliations won't really be as threatening.
The needs of the expanding bureaucracy.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and farm this. And chop. There we go. Finally getting my 12th city. So that puts me ahead of the others a little bit, technically. Although it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I'll just go kind of a standard for like a mid to late game thing. I could use my spy for a golden age instead of spy bombing Mansa, and if I tech advantage over him holds, well, no, not my. I don't have a tech advantage over him, but I have a decent amount of espionage investment into him. I think that might be better. It'll just speed me up. Yeah, look at that. 300 beakers a turn. We'll go into bureaucracy. Pretty high returns on bureaucracy. Maybe another Christian missionary because I just settled a city, but for the most part, that seems like it'll work out well. Don't think I want to whip here. Not yet. Maybe I can do some map trading then. That'd be nice. I mean, I have a couple of guys out there scouting, but it'd be nice to see exactly what's going on, who is the good terrain and all that. I'm not too worried about Ahsoka. And am I trading with the Mongols? I am, and they're only cautious with me, so I probably don't want to piss them off. Could start the war with Mansa Musa, but I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Just keep up what we've been doing up until this point. Oh wait, I kind of need to finish this farm first before I can spread irrigation there. Yeah, already 19% Zulu here, and that's because he settled this city so late, and I have a culture advantage already. But I'm probably not going to go for city flips as much as I am tech stealing this game. Unless, of course, he culture bombs me, then I'm going to have to own him up a little bit. No, you can fight the Indians. I don't want to deal with it. I'm Shaka. You should be thankful I'm not declaring on you because I'm Shaka. And do I have another active missionary moving? I have one Christian missionary, so one city doesn't have it yet somewhere that merits another missionary. For God's sake. There we go. More blood. Man, look at all those fist icons. Maybe I should steal feudalism. Start building longbows. I'm not protective, but actually, it might get caught, but I might as well try since I've got him there already. A lot of opportunity cost in attempting it, at least. And who does not have religious buildings invested? Yeah, some of these places have their improvements largely done. That's a pleasant surprise. Whoops. I'll go there. Yeah, I forgot I'd whipped there. This city won't have it yet, but I can get them fast enough. After another settler. Whip the forge, and there we go. Forge is actually worth 3 happiness to me. It's an amazing building because I have gems, gold, and silver. So it's just an amazing building. You can't beat it. And then I can work on universities, apparently. Get like 580 liberalism here. With no tech trades. No, it won't be 500 AD. It'll be considerably after. It'll be a pretty good date for no tech trades. We'll put it that way. And actually, even before the Akanda, I think, I'm going to want these. Just like so. Malonese have 12 cities. It's so crazy. Rome has 5 cities. How could you suck so much with Rome? Even the Khmer have more cities. Khmer. Ugh. That was pathetic. No, it really was. Like, geez, what are you doing, man? And how am I doing here? Negative 10% cost. It's gonna take a while. I have a pretty high espionage investment on here. Let's see. Yeah, well, actually, because we're on an epic, that's not that much. But I might be able to steal a tech or two. Yeah, because you can often get to like half cost or less through espionage modifiers. We'll see what I can pull off. Go ahead and whip that. Go ahead and whip that. City's gonna suck until biology. And then it's just gonna be okay. A lot of these cities are doing better than I expected them to do, honestly. Forge. You know what? I should try for the University of Sancor. I know I'm not industrious. I know I don't have stone. I don't think I can trade for stone. I can't. At least not with anyone I've actually met. But I don't think anyone else has paper for one. I do have bureaucracy plus organized religion bonuses in that city to help it out. And I'm investing in religious buildings for the Apostolic Palace Hammers, and I'm going to have a ton of them, so I might as well also pursue Sancor, since I have a paper monopoly. Anyway, let's try to get some world maps. What do you want for my map? Fine. How about you, Egypt? Want to give me a map exchange? Not bad, not bad. She does not want to trade maps. She's weird. But she likes me because of hereditary rule and her pissiness is expired. Of course she's not going to trade maps. I don't know why I even bothered. I don't think Caesar does. He might be willing to trade them. He'll actually give me gold. Nice. Nice. So we have things pretty nicely mapped out now. Australia, as usual, is pretty late to the game in terms of being settled. Russia's up to 17 cities. Although, like, this isn't really a great city. That's maybe a couple floodplains. I guess copper's alright. So some of this is totally worthless. This is totally worthless. This too. Like, what the heck? This doesn't have any resources it can work. So she actually has a lot of junk cities that are worse by a wide margin than my junk cities. Let's have a look at Rome. There's really no reason for Rome to suck this badly. And he even let Mali settle into Spain. That's really weak. Vikings, them too. They're just, no, they're alright. They got 10. I don't know where. I guess they settled through England and whatnot. They could have done a little bit better if they'd expanded towards Russia first, but I can't really fault him because of where Nidaros is. So, okay, that's not bad. Let's have a look at Malinese land, because this map is different from usual. Timbuktu is buffed. It has copper. It has cow. It didn't have that before. And it has incense, so that's a better capital city than previously. Otherwise, however, the Malinese are not very strong. And thank God we can't have any peace vassal alliances. So this is going to be a bit of a matter of time. Egypt is pretty much your usual typical Egypt with their stone and marble capital. No Arabia to contend with, but whatever. India doesn't have to contend with Persia, but it's fairly... Oh my. The Mongols managed to take Bombay. But yeah, they have a reasonably jungled start, so they're actually not the easiest in the world. Don't have all of Khmer mapped yet, but you can already see that the amount of jungle surrounding your starting territory makes it a hard start. Maybe one of the harder starts even. Not a lot has changed about China. They're still a solid starting position on this map. And there's no Japan as far as I'm aware, so there you go. The Mongols buffed considerably with this start. They used to start down there, but now they're up here with pig, iron, look at that, silver, and marble. They have a solid start. And if they'd managed to snipe this Barb City, they would have been in good shape. And they still have some land out here that they can handle. So Mongols have been buffed in this, but I don't want to play as them again because I did them in my previous Let's Play. Let's take a quick look at my time here. Oh my god, it's getting so slow. And I'm not even 200 turns in yet and it's getting slow. No, I guess it's because of the war turns. Yeah, I still have plenty of time. The AI is getting slow because of the wars. It doesn't make it more fun for me though, because I'm not at war and I don't want to be at war right now. Do I want to whip this? No, I don't think so. Not during a golden age. Negative 30% cost in that city. There's a good chance the spy will just fail, or it'll get caught in the next 2 turns, but I figure what the heck, I mean, there's no point in not putting him there. He's a legitimate chance to get something that could be useful to me. I can't trade very much. In the Malinese were not a bad target for espionage, were they? No, not at all. 380 beakers a turn because I'm in Golden Age. It's so nice. Unfortunately, I'm not going to unlock any other civics that I can use in the immediate future, but that's okay. That's okay. Work on a forge next, please. You have a forge? Yes. So this cat, like, if you look at, this is why it's taking 16 turns despite being on Epic. I have 100% modifiers. It's like I had stone, but no other boosts because of the bureaucracy and all that, the forge and religious help. I'm surprised. There's only 2 civs that are annoyed with me, and they're some of the weaker ones. Well, Mongolia is 15 cities, but their tech must be miserable because their score is quite low. And you can go off scouting now. Actually, yeah, quickly build a Christian missionary. That way I can just worry about a granary here. And I get my border pops from religion. Otherwise, we'll get a road down there, and that city will be set up pretty quickly. Alright, good. Lighthouse. How am I doing in terms of border here? Because if I get another border pop, eventually I can just pull this warrior down and not have to worry about barbed galleys. I would like to point out again and emphasize that I did not encounter a single barbarian galley on this map. And that using those workboats in that capacity is your best counter on high difficulties to barbed galleys. It is not trying to get early metal casting for triremes. It is not spamming a bunch of galleys for defense and trying to stack up 2 galleys and still risk losing a lot of hammers on defenses, because they still might win with their close to 70% or their like 40% odds or something, or I guess it's closer to 30% that they attack you, but they keep respawning unless you spawn bust. A galley costs 75 hammers, a workboat 45. For the price of, let's see, 45.90 plus, oh yeah, 135, slightly more than 2 galleys, I was able to guarantee that I did not have any barbed galleys. That is more than worth it, especially because those workboats were recycled into future uses. Whereas galleys would be less recycled into future uses. So there you have it. And what are you doing? Oh. Okay. Apparently I already had a spare. Might as well farm this. And here we go. Let's try and steal something. Well, it's better than nothing. Apparently, Mansa has generated more espionage than me to this point. But
And on the pedestal, these
why
words
not?
appear. My name
We
is
now have construction.
Ozymandias, King of Kings.
There's no reason
Look on my
not
works,
to
be
steal.
mighty, and despair.
Although, if I want to steal anything serious, it looks like I'm going to have to invest in some of the mid-game infrastructure, which I don't have a problem with. Build some jails, build some security bureaus. State property is probably not a bad draw on this map, although I'm Shaka, and Shaka is the second best corporation leader in the game behind Charlemagne. I'm serious. Because of the Akonda, it cuts corporate maintenance. It does. It's just like a courthouse. Or the Rothus or Rathaus or whatever that the Holy Romans get. So, well, it's 5% weaker, but it has the same functionality. He is one of the best at running corporations because of that. You only pay 30% on them instead of 50% like you would with an ordinary courthouse. He's amazing. So I might go the corporation route with him, actually. Wow, this is slow. Jungle choppage. Might have to move off this tile. Yeah, build an aqueduct. At least until I start on a university. Genghis Khan is declared on China. Well, I can't say that bothers me in the slightest. And yeah, 12 turns on the University of Sankor. Does anyone have paper? No. A lot of people do not even have Code of Laws. Mansa Musa can research paper, but he doesn't have stone. Nor does he have a particular advantage in constructing wonders. I mean, I guess Timbuktu has enough production he can pull it off, but no big worries there anyway. Although I am getting culture squeezed a little bit. But you know it beats culture squeezing, and the answer to that is tanks. And yes, there you go. Catherine is obviously number one in land. I could have checked that a long time ago, but I didn't. I have fallen to 5th in land area, so very much middle of the pack, although there are 18 civs in the world, so I'm actually still in the upper middle of the pack. 2nd in GNP, and not by much. Really doing well technologically. Back to 1st in manufactured goods, probably because of my investment into the Apostolic Palace buildings to boost my production. Each one giving me 2 hammers per turn. And man, if I get Sankor or Spiral or both, although all the religions have been founded, no, Divine Right has not. Well, we can give it a legitimate shot. I wouldn't mind living Divine Right, just for the Spiral Minaret. When you have 12 cities, no, 13 cities, times 2, times 2 again, yeah, that's quite a bit of gold per turn. It's as good as most shrines. So it's certainly worth investing for that. Plus it denies religion to the AI, which is always a plus onto itself. Anyways, I'm just focusing espionage on the Malinese. It's funny. You know what? I can get that warrior in there now. It's not like I really need to, because it's not going to be having trouble for happiness in any near future time, but whatever. That could be somewhat anal retentive, just at random. Random anal retentive from somebody who usually just botches Heroes Micro without flinching. You know, I'm amazed, considering some of the mistakes I make, that I actually still like win scenarios or even do halfway decently in that game. No, I got beaten to Sankor. How about that? So I get fail gold. Well, I'll get Sankor eventually. It's just it's a matter of acquiring it through different methodologies. And I think with Old World, you can get domination by just capturing the Old World.
There is no wealth like knowledge.
We'll give it
No
a try.
poverty like ignorance.
We haven't done a good old tank bomber thing in a while. I think I have enough spies here. And that's, whether or not I do, it's time to take a rest building them because we can start building universities. Real universities. Which is a big draw for Oxford, and we need a lot of them for Oxford on huge map scripts. Fortunately, we can get a lot of them. Wow, well, all that whip anger needs to cool down. Yeah, actually you can just chop that. When I get a border pop, I can irrigate around and get 2 3-food tiles in Madagascar. Madagascar is not a very good city location in Civ, I guess. And the other thing I could do then, I could try to lib Astro, actually. That's not a bad thing to lib. Is anyone a serious candidate for beating me there? No, not really. And that's probably what I'm going to need to do. Well, I don't need to do it, but it's probably one of my better plays. 'Cause I'm pretty sure someone's already going for Taj Mahal and crap like that. And I'm the Zulu. I build wonders, right? Right. Roll overturn. Sorry, will not trade me banana. That's okay. I'm giving Catherine crabs. It's just terrible. Just terrible. You make a university next as well. Universal suffrage, by the way, is a huge draw for me on this map. And I have a pretty good... Well, I don't know, actually. Yeah, it's still going to be better than my alternative civics in the far left category. I have enough cottages to make it worth my while. And I'm going to capture quite a few more of those off of the Egyptians. So, yeah, universal suffrage and democracy in general are pretty big draws for me. Yeah, you think I have enough spies? I was able to produce them pretty easily. Doing pretty well on tile improvements now. Guess I can send him down there. I could get a couple here too, but who cares? No, I'll do that then the market. Well, whip a granary because that is easily the best return. And then go food, then production, then anti-maintenance. Religious border pops for the win. Definitely worth it though, because you can spread the hammers out. You can have hammers from bigger cities help with the border pop in the smaller one. Not too many alternative mechanics to accomplish that beyond religion. Sure. Spread irrigation. Eventually I'll start automating workers. That'll make turns go by a little faster. Although really, the problem is that the between turns are taking so long. And man, look at all these fists.
I have gained this by philosophy, that I do without being commanded.
We're not running
what
hippies
others
in this
do
world,
only
I'll tell you
from
that.
fear of the law.
No hippies. Yeah, I'll research compass. I want to see if I can steal machinery. I bet I can't. No, there's no way I can steal machinery. Actually, I'd be lucky to steal compass. Does he even have it? That's another thing to check as well. He definitely has compass. Okay. So I'm going to take machinery, and I'm going to make an attempt to steal compass. Maybe even burn some investment into espionage just to get enough. I could try stealing exclusively from him. I don't think that would be particularly good, though. I have such a production base. Wow, China's up to 19 cities. He only took one off Mongolia. Yeah, China's going to become an issue. And I probably won't be able to compete with them long run unless I capture more land. Well, I mean, I'll get pretty good tech, though. And if we could both get to tanks at the same time, well, I'm better with tanks than the AI is. I'll put it that way. That's putting it mildly, actually. AI is not so impressive with modern warfare. And so that's where I'm trying to go. Like, I would go fight sooner, but I'm not confident that I could just keep taking out AI city after city after city quickly without a good two-move unit. Like, maybe I could do it at cavalry. And certainly if it looks like I can get to cavalry and rifles long before the AI, you know, maybe I will just cav stomp the world. But my plan right now is that that probably won't be doable. And so I'll be relying on tanks and bombers. Which, of course, there's nothing wrong with tanks, viewers. Tanks are fun times. Especially in, like, you know, Battlefield or something. Oh, no, I didn't really play that much, but whatever. Yeah, I'll just whip everything. And since these give me some returns, well, these are like observatories in terms of efficiency, these monasteries, and I have a while till I can obsolete them. Plus, I have a lot of, like, unimproved tiles or tiles that are not that great for research, so I don't mind whipping some universities. Jungle Lane's pretty nice once it's cleared. Although if I were only financial. Interesting thing is that farms and mines are inferior to workshops and windmills because windmills give more commerce than the farms and mines combo, but it gives similar production. But it takes so long to reach windmills. Yeah, I got enough universities in one turn there. And yet I still need one more before I can build Oxford. What's my best research city? I bet it's still my capital. Yeah, it is. Mostly because of bureaucracy. But who cares? I'll put it there. Well, what's my capital working on right now? No, I already traded. Not having much trouble, are we? Alright. We have negative 30% cost here. How much espionage investment do I have in him now? Might be able to grab Compass. Well, we'll just put some turns into lib while waiting. I do need that anyway. Yeah, espionage is a funny thing. A lot of players ignore it, but it's very cost effective. Even with tech trades on, it can be cost effective. Although you wouldn't normally put slider investment into it, but still. Horseback riding's all I can steal. He does have... Yeah, so he's got 2 plus 18 plus 19, so 37%, negative 40%. And I got a negative 10%, so I need around... Oh, only a couple turns and I'll be able to steal it. Either next turn or the turn after. Frickin' math. It's a good thing I'm not too bad at math in my head. Not like a prodigy or anything, but I don't tend to screw it up like, you know, your typical person you might see in a cartoon or something. And oh god, Egypt got the Sistine Chapel. I am getting trolled quite effectively. China up to 20 cities, I guess because he's capturing them. Yeah, that's going to be a problem I might have to address. So it's this turn or next that I can steal Compass, and I'm not stealing it from my own city. I'd love to do that, but the game doesn't really let you do that. For good reason. Okay then. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is a little slow, so I'm probably going to have to break this into sessions because I get impatient waiting on these games. And especially doing nothing. Like, doing nothing is one of my least favorite pastimes when playing a game. Like, I'm playing a game to do something. I'm not playing a game to do nothing. And yeah, it's so often when I find I'm playing like these Civ games like Civ 4 or Civ 5, I spend a decent chunk of my time not playing the game. And why can I not steal this? 1125. Wait, what's the base cost? 1053. Okay, so I did the math wrongly only because I did not realize that espionage base cost on is higher. I'd forgotten that espionage base cost is higher than normal tech base cost. But nevertheless, I shall get it pretty soon in the next part. So, until then, thumbs up if you liked the video, and I will see you in the next one. The Me and Team signing off.